Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and we're officially here in September, and you know what that means. That's right, the Tokyo Game Show 2022 is upon us in the next couple of weeks, beginning on September 15th. And if you guys don't know what the Tokyo Game Show is, it's essentially the E3 of Tokyo, of Japan, essentially, where Japanese developers get together to reveal what lineup of games that they have, and more specifically, what I look forward to is see what JRPGs is going to be revealed at this event. Now, in some cases, some games that are announced at Tokyo Game Show doesn't necessarily mean it's coming here the west side, but 9 times out of 10, most of the time they come here in the west. And more specifically, I want to talk about Square Enix, because it looks like they have a pretty big lineup of games they wanted to show off at this event. Starting on September 15th is when the event takes place. So we want to dive right into it, is because I really want to talk about a couple of titles that really has my interest. And of course, I know many of you guys are wondering whether or not if Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to make an appearance at this event. And I pretty much believe that everybody's pretty much asking and wondering about that. And I can safely say right now that yes, Square Enix is definitely going to have some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth news, since we are now on the second entry of the Final Fantasy VII Remake series. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what they have to bring to the table as far as the trailer is concerned. Are we going to see some more gameplay? Are we going to see some more storytelling, so we could be able to put together some of our speculations of what they may show off as far as that's concerned? So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then of course, Crisis Core Reunion, which is of course the prequel to Final Fantasy VII that features Zack. We definitely going to be getting some news as far as that's concerned. I wonder if there's going to be any other gameplay changes or additions to meet today's modern standards of what people expect from action RPGs. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with that. But we do have titles that's coming up in the next couple of weeks, and pretty much debuting after the Tokyo Game Shows. And those two titles is of course DioField Chronicles and Valkyrie Elysium, which are two titles that I'll be spending a lot of time playing, so I can be able to give my first impressions and of course a review to whether or not if these two titles are worthy enough to actually pick up and give a try, since a lot of you guys pretty much respect my opinion, and I really appreciate that here on this channel, that you guys definitely want to hear my thoughts on some of these titles as far as JRPGs are concerned. And I really appreciate that, and the fact is that some of you guys wasn't aware to most of these titles until you guys stumble upon my channel. So I want to continue to keep that trend going, to keep you guys fully aware of what's going on. But yes, Valkyrie Elysium and DioField Chronicles are the two Square Enix titles that's coming up this month. So expect to have a video from me. And the two titles that I'm looking forward to, though, is I would say DioField Chronicles, because it's about time that Square Enix give us another strategy RPG, but this time it's a mix between real-time strategy and then that tactical battle system. They do have a demo up for it as well, but I really don't want to grab the demo. I just want to I know I'm going to enjoy the game. This game look is really up my alley, so I just want to just dive into it blind. But if you are interested in DioField Chronicles, you can definitely check out that demo right now, no matter what platform you're on, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, or the PS4, Xbox One, or even the PC. You can try the demo right now, and also the progress will save and carry over to the actual retail version of the game as well. So give it a try if it's something that you're interested in. But more importantly, the Valkyrie Elysium release. Now with Valkyrie Elysium, like I said before in a previous video, this has been a long dormanted JRPG series that many fans of this series has been looking forward to. And then I know there's some changes to it. They decided to make it an action RPG, which Square Enix is just, for some reason, it's just dedicated to it right now, and have pretty much stripped away what makes some of these original JRPGs and their gameplay so unique. Now they're just going straight action RPG. So I'm definitely interested in this as well, because I want to see how well that this carry over and transition over to an action RPG. And I'm also curious about the story. I only played like 50% of the first game, and that was on the PSP at the time, and I never really got a chance to get it back around to actually playing it So I'm curious to see how this game is going to hold, and I also want to hear a lot of you guys in the comment sections below whether or not that you're a fan of the Valkyrie series. I want to hear your opinions once this game come out as well. So this is something that's really interesting. I want to see what other fans say within the next couple of weeks once this game launches. Definitely want to hear some of these content creators and their thoughts on it, you know, from a fan's perspective. And then of course you have Forspoken. Now Forspoken is this highly anticipated Square Enix Western developed game that most people are looking forward to for the PS5. A lot of people, you know, especially Sony fanboys, is touting this to be a really good exclusive that only the PlayStation 5 is going to have. But to me, in my opinion, you know how I am with Square Enix and Western developed games. It seems like they have no idea or no clue of how to pretty much go about developing these games. And I've been watching numerous of different videos, gameplays, and concepts for this game, and I still have no interest in this game whatsoever. And this game does have a lot of controversy, especially with the art direction, the gameplay style, how vast the open world is, but for some reason it seems empty, how the NPCs look. Definitely the audio and the recording of the audio seems like so amateurish as well. So there's a lot of controversy surrounding it. So I'm wondering how it's going to actually hold up once the game releases. Now, it was supposed to come out this year, but they pushed it into next year. Many people are speculating it's because it was supposed to come out around the same time as God of War Ragnarok. So they said that people were speculating that Square Enix didn't want to compete with that, so they rather push it into early next year, 2023. So we just want to wait and see how that holds up as well. And then of course we also have Final Fantasy 14, which is another title that I really need to get back into. I haven't played it in a while with my brothers Keel Lancer and DX Strike. There's so many people praising Final Fantasy 14, and from what I've played, and I only made it to the Heaven's Ward expansion pack, so I haven't really made it past that, and I'm pretty much at the end of Heaven's Ward. I'm about to head into the next expansion as well, so I'll definitely be getting into that. But I definitely really need to sit down and sink my teeth into it, and which also is why I'm going to create a separate video dedicated to both Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14, because it's pretty much one of my first MMO experiences that I've ever experienced growing up and getting into the whole online RPG community. So I definitely want to make a video about that. I think that's gonna be pretty interesting. And then of course we do have Stranger's Paradise. Final Fantasy Origin is getting DLC and more content to update to keep those fans happy, and I have to get back to that game. I have it on the PS5, and I really, like I said before, I enjoyed the game. I played the beta, enjoyed it, so I bought the game. I just haven't had time because I've been clearing out my backlog of JRPGs, so I definitely gotta get back around to actually playing that, so that won't be collecting and being part of that pile of backlog. So I definitely got to do that. And then of course Tactics Ogre, a long awaited remaster, is finally making its return. I love Tactics games. Tactics Ogre was one of those Tactics games that really kicked my ass as a little kid. I believe I was in 5th grade when Tactics Ogre released, or 6th grade, and it's been one of the most difficult Tactics game, and it's also the first Tactics game made back in the day, and the creator of Tactics Ogre was also the creator behind Final Fantasy Tactics. So Final Fantasy Tactics was pretty much inspired by that game. So that's pretty interesting. But that's pretty much the lineup that I really wanted to talk about here in this video. There's a link in the description so you can see the rest of the lineup that may catch your eye, because there is some Dragon Quest. There's also Nier Automata, which is coming to the Nintendo Switch, and of course Harvestella, which I'll be talking about in the video much later this week, so you may have interest in that as well. So that wraps up this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit that bell to be notified for more JRPG content and news in the next video. This is MugenLord signing off. See you Game Fiends later. Peace out.